Hello and welcome to a new vlog. Hi, if you're new here, I'm Andrea. Welcome back if you are a returning viewer. It is great to have you here. Today, I'm filming this on Sunday, March 26th, but you all will be watching it on Friday, March 31st. So if you're watching it on the day this goes live, Camp Nano starts tomorrow. I can't believe we're already to April. I mean, I feel like I'm still in some ways recovering from NaNoWriMo from last November. And I feel like a few of you are kind of in the same situation, but it's time for camp already. It's mind-blowing, honestly, but it's where we're at. I am going to be participating in camp. I have a lot to prep for today, so I still have all of this coming week before camp starts for me as I'm filming this, but I know this week is going to be busy and I'm not going to have that much time. And I have on a little sticky note, I have several things that need to get done and I wanted to vlog them so you can see how I'm preparing for camp. But I just knew that filming this specific vlog was not going to work later in the week, and finding time to do all these things, especially in one day so that I could vlog them, was not going to work, especially to get it edited and uploaded in time for Friday to have it up the day before camp starts. If, as you are watching this, you have been planning, you can now see, I probably should have done this sooner, but that was the other thing, like to have it go up the week before camp started, just I was not that organized. So I'm sorry, I'm a bad author tuber. This is why I don't consider myself an author tuber. I am a vlogger who happens to be an author, and so you get author tube type content and writer tube type content. Is writer tube an actual like segment of YouTube? I don't know, but like you'll get the typical stuff that you would see on other author tuber channels, but I stay away from labels. So I don't know that I'd call myself an author tuber because I don't think I'm organized enough. This video should have gone up on Monday before camp starts, not the day before camp starts, but oh well. It's also not going to be solely a writing vlog. It's a Sunday and I'm not spending my entire Sunday doing all of this stuff. I still need to eat. I need to get some coffee. I'm currently reading a novella. I've just started it. I want to make a big dent in that. I'd like to try to finish it today. It is 11 o'clock, 11:02, so it's still the morning. I'm going to let myself get some brunch, get some coffee, sit and relax and read for the next couple hours at least, and then somewhere between 1 or 2 I will sit down to prep for camp. So you also get a bit of cozy booktube content in this vlog. This is where I stay away from labels. But if you are wondering what this vlog will entail, what are my prep for camp tasks? I've already found my candle. I mentioned this in the last vlog. I need to set everything up in Scrivener and move the outline I've been working on from Babisco into Scrivener. I do need to continue doing some character development in Babisco, but today might not be any actual character development or outlining. I think today is when I'm going to just get all the other little non-writing tasks done, because during the week it's all I can manage to just do writing related stuff. So I need to set everything up in Scrivener. I'd like to create a Scrivener theme for this book because I don't want to reuse one of the past themes. So I need to find some images and just play with the colors and the background on Scrivener, which I have done a video on how I set up my Scrivener binder. So I will try to remember to link that somewhere in a corner or down in the description box or something. I need to finalize my playlist on Epidemic Sound for my music playlist. And I want to put together a playlist of YouTube videos of like ambient videos, virtual walking videos, maybe some other music playlist videos, some write with me videos, just having some YouTube videos in a designated playlist or bookmarked on my computer so that I can find them, so that I've got those ready, because when I'm writing I like having a video up that's like just playing in the background with either music or scenery or something. I need to set up my April tracker page in my planner, but also I have not had time to create my own Camp Nano workbook. So I think I'm just going to use Sarah Cannon's again. I got the email with that one, so I need to get that printed out and get all of my Camp Nano tracker pages set up. And then I need to set up my Nano project on the Nano website. And part of that, I also need to mock up a temporary book cover for Independent Hearts Book 3. That is my project. Book 1, Book 2. If you haven't read them yet, I will be working on book 3 in my Independent Heart series, which is a small town cozy romance series. I don't think cozy romance is recognized as an official genre. Cozy mysteries, yes. Cozy romance, no. They're cozy. Don't confuse cozy as there being dead bodies as in a cozy mystery, but they're just cozy as in they're great books to read, snuggled in a blanket with a hot cup of tea or hot chocolate or hot coffee or iced coffee, depending on what the weather outside is and what your beverage of choice is. Anyway, now I'm talking absolute nonsense. I need to go get coffee for myself because my brain is clearly still waking up. And I'm going to settle down on my couch in front of my beautiful, wild and wonderful tulips that I bought a few days ago. And I'm going to do some reading and relaxing. And then later this afternoon, we'll come back to my desk and start working through this list. Okay, I am done reading for now. I read the novella the Royal Valentine, A Royal Valentine, or maybe just Royal Valentine. I read Royal Valentine by Jen McKinley, I think. And I am now up to 30 books out of 100 for my 2023 reading challenge. I'm just looking at my Goodreads dashboard to see my reading progress. So I've been reading a lot so far this year. I'm really looking forward to summer. This summer, for the 3 months that I have off work, I just want to read nonstop. Like, I'm going to be writing nonstop, but I also want to read nonstop. Anyway, thinking about writing, I have a lot of work to do as far as writing is concerned. I need to open up Canva. So looking at my sticky note, I think I'm going to kind of work backwards and reverse. Because I think some of the things, like the first thing on my list is setting everything up in Scrivener. That's going to take a while. And so I know that I want to go for a walk. It's 2:20 right now. I would like to go for a walk by like 4:30, so I can work on prep stuff for a couple of hours, and then I'll go for a walk. And so when I come back from my walk, I can keep copying things over from Babisco to Scrivener. So I'm going to start with mocking up a temporary book cover for the project so that I can then set up my Nano project. So I'm going to do those two things first, and this shouldn't take me that long. So we'll get this done and then move on to the next thing. Okay, project is created on the Nano website, and I have a book cover, a temporary book cover. Oh, I need to move. This is the difficulty about Nano in April and in November. Because it's the last week of the semester, my desk is a disaster zone. I need to go into my email now and print off the workbook. So where did that, my email is out of control. I'm keeping an eye on it daily if there's like something I actually have to take action on and someone I have to reply to. But I have 531 unread emails that I get to go through this summer. A lot of them will be deleted, but it's like all the people who I've signed up to their newsletter list and stuff. And again, I try to go through things and keep an eye on anything really immediate, and I know I'm not missing anything really important, but I just haven't had time to go through all the less important stuff. But somewhere in here is, and I did star it, Camp Workbook by Sarah Cannon. So yeah, so Sarah Cannon, most of you know who she is because I know a lot of you also follow her. YouTube analytics tells me this much. Sarah Cannon has the YouTube channel Heart Breathings. She provides a lot of wonderful free resources. I used her workbook for, where's my binder? Writing trackers and nanologs. I think I started using her for camp last July. So I filled that out, used a lot of the pages, not all of them, but a lot of them. But I need to set up April for my writing tracker, and I want to print and set up the Camp Nano workbook from Sarah, get that ready, or at least mostly ready. A lot of what I'm going to set up and like start today, like I'm just starting it today. I'm gonna do as much as I can today without it taking up my entire Sunday, because I don't want it to take up my entire Sunday. Like I said, I wanted to read this morning, I want to go for a walk this afternoon, but I know that if I don't start these things today, they're just not going to get done. I'm gonna print this out and get this set up, and then I'm going to move on to organizing. I'm listening to Epidemic Sound while I'm working. I need to not listen to the current playlist. I need to be listening to some new stuff so that I can be adding to the playlist. So I'm still adding music to the playlist on Epidemic Sound. So for those who don't know, Epidemic Sound, not sponsored, but maybe one day, fingers crossed. Talking about it now so that when one day I do get a sponsorship from Epidemic Sound, I can point back to all of these videos to show I have been using them long before any sort of sponsorship, but I am currently not sponsored. Just genuinely love Epidemic Sound. So it's a music service that's primarily for content creators. So it's royalty-free music. Subscribers to Epidemic Sound can use the music in Instagram stuff, on YouTube videos, so I use it for my YouTube. So all the music you've been listening in today's vlog and in all of the previous vlogs are Epidemic Sound. I've been using them since, was it 2017? But I've been using them for several years now. Once I got into YouTube enough and like realized it was important enough, I switched so that I could have better music. It's great as a content creator, but I also like it because I can create playlists for each book based on specific moods and feelings and emotions. And it's also music that you're not hearing all over the radio. And so it kind of makes it feel like it's music that has been composed just for my books. So I love it as a writer. I feel like Epidemic Sound gets talked about a lot for content creators, but I feel like as a writer, I really love it because there literally is something, any project I could think of, there is music on there. So like right now I write romance, and there's lots of really romantic instrumentals and pop songs with lyrics. Like there's so much for romance, but I also have songs set aside for like when I finally get back into my fantasy project that is like darker and moodier and like perfect for that. So if you're a writer who really like needs certain music, you might want to look into Epidemic Sound. It's $15 a month, which I couldn't afford when I first started my channel, but now I do manage to make enough roughly each month to more than cover my Epidemic Sound subscription. So it is a cost I'm willing to pay, and I get double duty out of it because I use it as a writer as well as a content creator. So I'm adding to that, but I also want to create video playlists of different videos I can have. So I'm not gonna like compile a massive playlist for that, but I want to get a playlist started so that throughout April I've got a starting point, but then if I find some new ones that are working and helping, I can go back to that. So I'm going to get everything printed off, and while I'm setting up the various trackers, I'm going to be listening to music and checking out different YouTube videos. So yeah, that's the next step. So let's get cracking. Okay, moving right along. I have my tracker pages set up, and I think I have my playlists all set. I have several videos. I have 10 videos. So I can add to that throughout the month, but I've kind of got 2 videos that I used a lot with book 2. So they kind of fit the vibe of the series, kind of, and the music in those videos fits the vibe of the series. So if I want to just put on one of those, one is the Write With Me in a Beautiful Old Library video by Christy Ann Jones, and the other is the Autumnal Read With Me by Morgan Long. I love both of those and can listen to both of those and watch both of those on a loop, and I did that with book 2. So I know they work. And I like those as well because they are pretty much 1 hour long. So if there's a day where I just want to quickly sit down and work for 1 hour, it's a kind of a quick, easy slide into the writing mindset for me with both of those videos. Then I've got some longer ambiance videos. I've got some like snowy walks through villages or through forests. I've got some virtual like cottages, or got an 18th century kitchen and fireplace. Some of those are like several hours long. Then I've got a few that are like just 30 minutes long, and so those are also good if I'm just looking for 30 minutes to sit down and work. It's nice to have something like that that cues me in that it's a 30-minute video. When that video is done, I'm done. Or it's a 1 hour video. When that 1 hour video is done, I'm done. I get up and I go do something else. And then I've got the longer videos that I can just let run for as long as I feel like writing. And I have just been adding a bunch more songs to my Independent Hearts 3 playlist on Epidemic Sound. So it's 27 tracks, 1 hour and 1 minute and 10 seconds long. So it's just the right length. I like to have my playlists on here at least 1 hour. I can repeat them if I want to go longer. So like sometimes with my Real Romance playlist, that one's about an hour long, and I'll listen to it 2 or 3 times while I'm working. And it means I'm only hearing the same song 2 or 3 times, which I can be very repetitive and obsessive with my music. So that doesn't bother me. And I've added a bunch of songs that all kind of range. I'm scrolling through, it looks like there's a couple that are somewhat slow, but what I like about Epidemic Sound is it also will tell you how many beats per minute the song is, and so it can kind of give you a sense of if it's a faster tempo or a slower tempo, and I like having a mix. If it's all fast tempo songs, I feel like I've got to type really, really fast, and if it's all slow tempo, then it sometimes feels like it takes me a while to like really get into the writing, and I'm just writing a little bit too slowly. So having a mix gives me moments where I can kind of write a little bit faster, and then moments where I can slow down and think a little bit. That's pretty much set and ready to go. So now we're down to Scrivener stuff, which is great. It's 3:30, so I can work for at least another 30 minutes, maybe closer to an hour, but we need to do Scrivener stuff. So I need to create a Scrivener binder and get my Scrivener theme set up, and then I need to start copying my outline over to Scrivener. But I do think that I can get my Scrivener theme created, because that's something I could easily spend forever on. I'm not gonna let myself spend forever on it. We're gonna do that quickly. We're gonna get the Scrivener theme set up, then we'll get the outline copied over and all of that. So I'm gonna get Epidemic Sound turned back on and start listening to my full playlist and start getting a feel for that. And we'll get Scrivener set up, which is exciting. Like, it's always exciting starting a new Scrivener file for a whole new project. There's just something magical and exciting about that to me. I'm probably weird and alone in that feeling, but I'm still going to enjoy it just the same. Okay, so everything is copied into Scrivener, and this is my Scrivener theme. I've got this really pretty image of like a vintage chest. This looks more like a library card catalog, but I'm going for kind of an apothecary theme, which will be relevant to the book. I just can't explain how just yet, but yeah, I've got some colors set up and I've got the synopsis cards. Everything is looking very spring, but also a bit vintage, which is what I was wanting to go for. So I think the majority of things are ready. I've saved my theme and I've got everything set up. I haven't put everything into the synopsis card, so not every chapter has a synopsis in the index card on Scrivener, because some chapters I had more written in Babisco than would fit in that section. So I need to go through and like condense what I've got down so that I can fit it into that section. But I've just opened up the project target box so I could start setting some targets and some goals, and we can talk about goals really quick. Of course, it's 17 after 4 o'clock. I need to get out for my walk, so we'll do this quick. So I'm aiming for, we're just gonna say 100,000. This series does tend to be a little bit shorter than my other series, each book. I had wanted to have them closer to 90,000 and that just didn't happen. So we're gonna aim for 100,000. It might end up being slightly over, but I think for a first draft, 100,000 is fine. We're going to set a deadline of April, May, June would be 6. I'm gonna say there's how many days in June? There's 31. No, that's May. April, May, June. Yeah. 30 days in June. I know there's a rhyme that helps you figure that out, but I can never remember the rhyme. So 30 days, and it is not 2011. So we need to switch that to 2023. Automatically calculate from draft deadline. That's the box I want to check. During camp, I will be writing every day. I'm not writing every day this week, but I'm just going to select every day now. It's going to make my word count go a bit wild throughout the next several days that I'm not writing. So let's see what that would tell me. Okay. So I would need, if I were starting to write every day right now, I would have to write 1,041. So I'm going to change my deadline just for now. We'll bump it up to July 15th. What does that do? 900 words. That will go up over the next few days, but that should keep me roughly at 1,000 words a day by the time camp starts. So my goal for Camp Nano, now that I think I've got everything on my list is done, and I'm gonna go for my walk in a moment. So just to kind of wrap up this portion of the vlog, my goal for Camp Nano is 30,000 words. So that would be 1,000 words a day for the 30 days of April. But here's my rule for myself. I'm going to write every day, and I'm going to use 1,000 words per day as my guideline, but I know that there are going to be certain days where I'm just not going to be able to write 1,000 words. So I'm kind of, my next goal beyond, or my next like guideline beyond 1,000 words a day is going to be roughly 7,000 words per week. So if I have a day like Tuesday or Thursday where I'm not writing as much because I'm on campus, I'm working, it's hard, then on the other days I'm going to try to write a little bit more than 1,000 words. So I will be writing every day, even if it's like only 100 words on Thursday because my brain is just fried. That will still be fine. The first 2 days of camp are Saturday and Sunday. I know I'm going to try to get beyond 2,000 words for those first 2 days. I'm going to try to do like 1,500 words each of those days so that I start the month with a bit of a surplus. And then throughout that next week, just try to maintain 7,000 each of those following weeks. So then my other rule for myself to keep things from getting too out of control is I'm not going to try to get over 30,000 for the month. If I do, cool. If I don't, that's fine too. I just realized I extended my deadline into July, and I really can't do that because then camp starts for July, and I don't want to be working on this for July. So I will reset my goal in May and reset my deadline and just deal with wherever the word count is at that point. Because right now, it made such a difference with Across the Pond 3, adjusting my deadline so that my daily word count was 1,000 words or below, just really changed my whole perspective and motivation to write because it didn't feel like an impossible task. So I'm really trying to keep my daily word count down for now because I know what a difference that makes. So basically, by saying I'm not going to try to write more than 30,000, if I do, that would be amazing, but I'm not counting on that. So if I have a week where I get to Sunday and I've already done 7,000 words that week because earlier in the week things went really well, I'm not going to force myself to write another 1,000, if that makes sense. Or if I hit 30,000 by April 25th, I'm not going to keep trying to write 1,000 words a day for the rest of the month and get to 35,000. Like if I feel like writing a lot each day, that's fine. So 30,000 is my goal, and I feel like I can definitely hit 30,000 unless something just really horrible happens that derails me. But I feel like overall I can hit 30,000 in 1 month, even with it being the last month of the semester. So I'm not that worried about that, but I'm not going to try to exceed my goal, so to speak. So if as I get towards the end of the month and I'm feeling really, really tired and I know that I can hit 30K by the 30th by just doing 300 words a day for the remainder of the month, then like if I get ahead earlier in the month, then that's what I'll do. In the past, I have hit my goal early and then it's like, well, let's see how much I can write then. But I'm not going to do that this month. If I feel like it, fine. If I don't though, I have permission right now and you guys are seeing it, so you can call me out if you start to see me getting stressed because I'm getting ahead and I want to try to get further ahead or something. You can remind me the goal is just 30K. So I don't want to get swept away in the excitement because everyone else is going to start talking about their camp progress, and I know there's going to be people who by the end of that first weekend are going to be at like 10,000 words already, and you know they're going to be doing so well, and I don't want to get swept up in feelings of competition. I don't want to get swept up in feelings of competing with myself and like trying to match what I've done in previous nanos or previous camps. Like I just want to focus on enjoying this project because I'm really excited about this project. I really, really am. There's going to be, I'm excited about this character. I'm excited about her relationship and her journey and the guy that she's going to be involved with and writing him. And I'm excited for all the kind of vibes of this book. Like I am excited. So I don't want to let camp, like I love the community aspect of camp, following people and tracking everyone's progress and cheering everyone on. You know, I encourage you, if you're thinking about doing camp, go ahead and do it. And if you're worried about feeling like it's too competitive, just hang out with me. Like come hang out in this space. Add me as a buddy on the official Nano website. If you don't want to be on the official website but you still want to be keeping up with things, stay in touch with me on here. I'll try to do something in like the community page with comments and polls and stuff throughout April so that we can be posting updates even when I'm not posting a vlog or something. That does remind me, how are the vlogs going to work this month? Okay, so I'm learning from my lessons during NaNoWriMo. I vlogged every day during November, even though I wasn't uploading every day. I was still vlogging a good chunk of every day. I'm not doing that this month. I don't have the bandwidth. So I will be vlogging at least 3 days a week, and I will be uploading 3 days a week. But the days that I'm not vlogging, I will try to vlog at least some B-roll of that writing session, or at least vlog a quick clip of what my final writing count for that day was, so that you will get that daily update. And the days that I do vlog, I will recap what I did in between since the last vlog, so you know how many words I've hit and how those writing sessions were. But I'm not gonna vlog every day. I will probably do 1 day vlogs, so 3 days per week, and it will probably be the weekends, honestly. I'm just gonna be perfectly honest and upfront about that. I'm probably going to mostly be vlogging Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So you'll kind of get daily vlogs in that sense. And so the Friday vlog, I'll try to film some B-roll throughout the week of my writing sessions and give you an update of what my writing was that week. I might vlog some Mondays and Wednesdays. I might even vlog some Tuesdays and Thursdays towards the end of the semester, because I do want to vlog the semester ending up. So the vlogs also aren't going to be solely focused on Camp Nano. That will be the main focus, but I do also want to do my typical last week of the semester kind of vlogs. And so there'll be some teaching content rolled in and what I'm reading and all of that. So it'll still mostly be what you're used to, but it will also just have a very strong focus on camp. So if you were wondering what that was going to look like, now you know. Of course, I can change my mind halfway through, so we will see. But I do think vlogging Friday, Saturday, and Sunday primarily is going to be the easiest, and vlogging those as separate days so that stuff isn't all getting condensed and compacted and stuff like that. So anyway, I really have to go for a walk now. It is 4:30. I did not want to be getting out this late. I'm gonna keep working on some of this stuff when I get back. But yeah, I need to go for a walk now. So that's what I'm gonna do. Stop talking, Andrea. I'm gonna go for a walk. Okay, I'm back, and it's 20 after 6. I've been back for a while. I think I got back just a little bit before 6, but I needed to get changed and freshened up and cozy for the evening. And also I had done some laundry of some bedding, so I had to make my bed, and I was just like, I need to do this now, because if I wait until bedtime, I'm gonna be annoyed with myself. Like, because I know me, I'm gonna eat dinner and then I'm gonna be cozy on the couch, and then I'm gonna be watching YouTube and stuff until bedtime, like 11 probably, and then I'm gonna want to get in bed and read. And if I go in there at like 11 and the bed still isn't made, I'm gonna be really irritated with myself. So made the bed, so yay, I won't be irritated with myself. But yeah, it was a lovely, lovely walk. The weather was gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. I need to go make some dinner and then sit down and turn the TV on. I need to do some work on my laptop. So yeah, that's gonna wrap up this vlog. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you're not subscribed. I would really appreciate that. Lots of writing and Camp Nano, lots of writing and Camp Nano content coming your way over the next month. 3 vlogs a week that will be primarily writing focused, because that's going to be a huge part of my life and my day. So throughout the month of April. So subscribe if you're not subscribed so you don't miss out on any of that. If you've landed on this channel because of the Camp Nano prep topic for the day, then stick around. I'd love to share camp with you, especially if you're looking to have just a more chilled out, relaxed approach or vibe to camp, because that's definitely going to be my approach this year. No pressure, no stress, just writing words and enjoying the process along the way. If you've made it to the end of this vlog, you can leave me some tulip emojis for my beautiful tulips. There is a tulip emoji, so leave me a tulip for my tulips and for the fact that it's nearly April and Camp Nano is starting. And our question for the vlog, I'd like to know, are you doing Camp Nano? If you are a writer, are you doing Camp Nano either officially or unofficially? And if you are not a writer or just not participating in Nano, you can let me know, what are you currently reading, since I've shown a few of the books that I've been reading and am currently reading. So yeah, let's chat books and Camp Nano in the comments. And I'm excited. I'm looking forward to sharing camp with all of you this year, because it's really fun vlogging the Nano months. So looking forward to sharing another one with you guys. So I will see you very soon on Monday with the first official Camp Nano vlog. Thanks for watching this one, and I will see you all very soon in the next one. Bye!